my loyal and intuitive Cancer friend. Hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. Cancer, there's a subtle ache beneath your steady surface this week, a tension that comes from giving so much of yourself and not always knowing where that energy lands. You care deeply, yet there's a quiet fatigue that lingers in your chest, shaped by a longing to feel seen as you are, not just for what you provide to others. Lately, you may have noticed yourself hesitating before saying yes, or perhaps you've been watching the balance of your relationships more closely, wondering if it's all as mutual as it seems. There's a generosity in you that never really stops, but lately it's brushed against an undercurrent of uncertainty. Where does your care end and your need for care begin? As you move through these days, there's a sense that something invisible is weighing on your heart, a question about where you fit, how much you can hold, and whether it's truly being reciprocated. The comfort you offer is real, but so is the quiet hope that you, too, will be held. That hope is the quiet tension shaping your week. You're entering this week with a spirit marked by quiet generosity, a willingness to lift others up even when your own reserves run low. The 6 of Pentacles appears not as a judgment, but as a mirror for the ways you share and receive. You find yourself tuned to the needs around you, alert to subtle cues, a friend's shifting tone, a loved one's silent request for support. Your instinct is to reach out, to make things right, to offer whatever you can. It's a beautiful impulse, but it's not without cost. Beneath your open hand, there's a part of you wondering if the giving will ever be matched, or if it's always you balancing the scales. This week, that small, unspoken question hums in the background. Is it safe to need too? You might catch yourself tallying these invisible exchanges, noticing when your efforts are met with gratitude and when they are quietly expected. The emotional posture you hold is one of quiet assessment. There's no resentment, just an honest noticing. You're attuned to imbalance not because you want to withhold, but because you sense that your own capacity is not infinite. The world around you may not always see the quiet calculations you make to ensure everyone feels cared for, but you do. There's a tenderness in the way you hold space for others, and also a vulnerability in wondering who will hold space for you. This gentle tension shapes your week's inner climate, open-hearted yet quietly cautious, generous but aware that you have needs of your own. You wear your care openly, but you're learning to notice the edges of your own capacity. This noticing is not a failure, it's a sign of growth, a signal from your deeper self that balance is needed for the heart to stay open. And so, this inner stance of careful generosity nudges you onto your path, shaping the events and choices that fill your days. The desire to support others, coupled with your awareness of your own limits, sets the stage for how you move through each moment. When you give, you feel the weight of it, not as a burden to be resented, but as a responsibility that asks for conscious engagement. The question of fairness, of mutuality, becomes the undercurrent guiding your steps. This is not a week for autopilot. Your sensitivity to give and take will color every interaction, every choice to step forward or step back. The atmosphere that forms around you is one of careful navigation, seeking to honor both your urge to help and your need to be met halfway. As the week unfolds, the world meets your generosity with a certain momentum. The 10 of Wands emerges, not as a sudden crisis, but as a steady layering of responsibilities and expectations. You may notice your to-do list growing longer, or the needs of those around you multiplying just as your own energy begins to thin. There's a friction in the air, a sense that you're not just carrying your own load but picking up what others have set down. Every small favor, every unspoken obligation piles gently onto your shoulders. It's not that you resent these tasks, they feel natural, almost inevitable. But there's a cumulative weight that makes every step feel heavier. The pressure is subtle at first. A request here, a problem to solve there, a family member leaning in for comfort. Soon you sense the momentum building. The more you do, the more is asked of you. The more available you are, the less you feel able to step away. This week does not bring dramatic upheaval, but rather a slow, steady accumulation of duties. You might notice a sense of fatigue or a creeping irritability that surprises you. These feelings aren't flaws. They are signals from within that your balance is shifting. As the days pass, you may find yourself questioning which burdens truly belong to you and which you've picked up out of habit or loyalty. The path before you is paved with good intentions, but it's also crowded with responsibilities that need sorting. There is nothing inherently wrong with the weight you carry, but it's important to recognize when it becomes too much. The friction is not meant to break you, but to bring your attention back to what matters, to the difference between genuine care and obligatory action. This week you're invited to notice what you're carrying and why, to feel the momentum of your days, and to discern what, if anything, can be gently set down. Yet the potential of this week does not simply appear on its own. It waits for you to meet the moment with honest awareness, to acknowledge the pressures you feel and the limits you are discovering. It is only through this conscious engagement, through noticing, feeling, and naming what weighs on you, that the possibility of change arrives. If you move through your days on autopilot, the weight may simply grow. But if you pause, if you listen to your own needs, a new possibility takes shape. This is not about dramatic transformation, nor about abandoning your responsibilities. It is about allowing yourself to see the choices available to you, even when the path feels crowded. Your growth this week depends on how gently you can hold both your care for others and your care for yourself. When you meet the moment fully, the Five of Wands reveals itself, not as conflict for conflict's sake, but as the lively, sometimes uncomfortable, process of sorting out priorities. Growth here is not about sweeping harmony or sudden peace. It's about letting yourself acknowledge where your energy is divided, where your needs rub up against the needs of others. This card's presence suggests that there is value in the tension itself, a creative friction that invites clarity. When you allow yourself to notice the small disagreements or competing demands, you give yourself permission to explore what truly matters to you. These moments of inner and outer negotiation are not threats. They are opportunities to see yourself more clearly. The invitation is to step into the messiness, not to fix it all, but to feel your way through. You may find that small pockets of disagreement or discomfort lead to new insights about what you need and what you can reasonably give. Growth comes not from erasing tension, but from holding it honestly and responding with gentle, deliberate choices. The potential of this week is not about winning or losing, but about making space for your own voice amid the clamor. As you meet the moment with awareness, you begin to see where you can adjust, where you can ask for support, and where you can find new rhythms of care for yourself and for others. Looking back across these three cards, a story emerges. You begin with a heart tuned to the balance of giving and receiving, quietly assessing the flow of care in your world. Life meets you with mounting pressures, a steady layering of responsibilities that test your capacity and your resolve. The week's path is not smooth, but it is honest. You are asked to notice what you carry, to feel the difference between what nourishes you and what drains you. As you allow yourself to engage consciously with these pressures, you find yourself in the creative tension of the Five of Wands. Here, growth is not a prize at the finish line, but a process that unfolds as you honor your own needs alongside those of others. There is no perfect balance, no final answer, only the realness of your experience and the gentle adjustments you make along the way. By the week's end, you may not have solved every problem or found perfect harmony, but you will have moved through the days with greater honesty and care. In this there is reassurance. Your willingness to notice, to feel, and to respond is what keeps your heart open, even when the world feels heavy. The story of this week is not one of sacrifice or struggle, but of learning to honor your own boundaries, to trust that your needs matter too. As you move forward, know that your ability to care deeply is sustained not by endless giving, but by the quiet courage to include yourself in the circle of your own compassion. Actionable insights for Cancer this week. When you feel stretched thin, it's okay to pause and notice what you need in that moment. You might gently try letting someone know where you need support, even in a small way. If a task feels too heavy, see what it's like to set it aside for a little while. Spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. I can listen to what I need too. My boundaries are gentle and real. Every day I notice where I end and others begin. I am allowed to be cared for. I am enough just as I am. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.